Hey guys, this is Shane and welcome to my Curator of the Lost channel. Today, hey, I'm going to talk about for me, let's talk about the hybrid use of a scanner on my phone using like ScoutIQ and my Mark-1 calibrated eyeball, cherry picking. Okay, so I was recently at a thrift store and this was just yesterday. And I got about, I think it was 11 books. I paid, like 12 bucks for them. And the profit potential is probably like 300 bucks. But I did my standard, just cherry picking like I always do. That's what I've done. If you're new to this channel, I've just recently in the past month started selling on Amazon, and I got an Amazon account and ScoutIQ, and I'm, kind of integrating that into my process. But, historically for me, and I've been selling books for probably 20 years, at some level, I just cherry pick. I don't scan. Things that interest me on the shelf, I know genres, I know things that I like. I've done several videos on, on that. But, and then, I'll look up things on eBay to do kind of a comp, sanity check. Because sometimes you're not right. There's things that you don't know, and you don't want to even spend $1 a book, right? You don't want to have that wasted money. You want to check, do your comps, when you can. But recently, since I've started selling on Amazon and I've got the ScoutIQ, I'm not a full-blown scanner. I still cherry pick the majority of my books, but I've kind of got this hybrid approach I'm using. And I'll show you some of the finds and how it's working for me. And, I don't envision myself just scanning every book. I think this hybrid approach is what I enjoy. It works for me, but it's kind of cool. So, hey, before I show you what I got, hey, thanks again for the channel support. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. Hit the like buttons, all the things that help the algorithms. And I appreciate the support, the comments and the views. And hey, like always, if we'll just keep doing this and see what happens. So, so getting back to the topic at hand. So yeah, this thrift store, 10 or 11 books. Now, the first ones I'm going to show you are ones that were just easy for me. I just go through and I just pick them out. And like, here's an example. This Eric Sloan's America. This is a great leather edition. Look, it even says on the back, genuine leather. So not fake leather. This is like a $12 to $15 book, but it was got the gilded edges. It was gorgeous, illustrated, leather bound. I paid, $1 for these. This was $1.50. It'll sell eBay $12 to $15. It's a decent find. Then this was a textbook on this human anatomy and physiology. And it's the ones that are, what they talk, you put it in a 3-ring binder. Well, this is like the 11th edition, unopened. I have sold comps on this used in a 3-ring binder for like 60 or 65. The bound versions of this are like 140. So since this is unbound, 65 at the lowest. I think I'll be able to get maybe even 85 or 90 for this. I'll list this quick because these are often timely, right? Because new editions can come out. This looks like a pretty recent edition. So this was an easy one to find. Then another super easy one. I saw this and I was like, man, this is a huge book. Look at this huge, it's ginormous. It's this book on Mazda Conquest of Le Mans. And, it's got a few little, niblets on it, wear on the edge. This book was $1.50. I have a sold comp on eBay and Amazon. It's like 180 bucks. So this is a huge score, right? And now the e-score, if I look at it on ScoutIQ, I'm gonna put this thing down, it's heavy. It's e-score of 1. So that means like only one of them sold in the last 6 months, and it's sold for like 150, 160 bucks. The other ones are listed for like 200 and something. There's one been sold on eBay, like I said, for 189. All the rest of them are listed for over 200. So in this condition, I think I probably will sell this on eBay. I think I'll probably list it for that 150, 160 range. And, for getting it for $1.50. It's great find. All right. So again, that's easy one for my eyeball, right? Another one that I picked out for my eyeball, it's this Sacred Bible. It's a Spanish edition. And what's interesting about this one, I kind of took a flyer on this one because it was $1.52, but It's it's got all the stuff in it. It's got illustrations. I don't see a lot of these sold, but there was a 1943 copy of this similar kind of edition that sold for over 200 bucks. This is a 1967 edition. I saw one from the 70s sell for like $60. So I'm thinking that, this one again, it's got a little wear to it, but I'm thinking that I can get 50 bucks for this. So I didn't have, huge, strong sold comps on it, but I think for the age and what it is, it's a solid 50 bucks. So for $1.50, it's worth it, So those were the things that I found with my eye. Those were, if you've watched any of my stuff, that's not even too crazy stuff, right? It's like, you look at that and you're like, dude, anybody could walk in and think that Le Mans book is good and pick it up and don't need a scanner, don't need anything. I agree. Those were straightforward, easy ones. I didn't really see anything else with my eye, that I just wanted to pull off. So I broke out the scanner. And where I looked at the scanner where it was really cool is I went into this self-help, improvement section, which for me, to be honest, a lot of times I don't even look at that because there's so much of that stuff there, right? Improve your diet, improve, your relationships, improve everything, what to do, in retirement, all these things on self-help improvement. And I'm not trying to belittle that, but there's just a million of them out there, and it's hard. I mean, there's a lot of those books that are just not very easy to discern, and there's a lot of them that, quite frankly, don't have, any resale value. For me, that's where using the phone and the ScoutIQ is putting what we call some lagniappe, right? Putting a little extra on it. It's the books that I got with the scanner. I got there's like 7 books here, okay? And I'm gonna send all these into Amazon. And the profit on these, if the ScoutIQ is right, with FBA fulfilled by Amazon, the profit on these books will be about 65 bucks. So if you look at what I could potentially make in profit on the other books, if I get 50 bucks for the Bible, if I make, let's just say 150 on the Le Mans books, call it 200, the Eric Sloan book 210, and then the other textbook 260, just call it 250. And then let's just say I only get 50 bucks profit on these from the Amazon sales. You think, well, dude, you made your cherry picking was better. Yeah, it was. I picked up those high dollar books, but if on that one stop my profit potential goes from 250 bucks to 300 bucks, this extra 50 or 60 bucks, then if you do the math on that, that's like a 20% increase of profit potential on that one stop of something that I wouldn't necessarily get. All right, so these are not high dollar books. This is a hardback. This Life Lessons in the Cockpit. This will be like an FBA. It'll sell for like 24 bucks or so. That's what I'm estimating. And profit on all these are somewhere between the $5 and $10 range on all these. I'm going to show you. And then here's one. This Work Rules. Now, this is Insights Inside of Google. I would not ever look at this book just my eye. This thing has it's going to only be profit of like $6. With fulfilled by Amazon, but it has an e-score of like 101. So every couple of days this thing's selling on Amazon, so it's good. It should turn quick. Now here was one that I might have, if I had seen it, I might have picked this circle round raising children in goddess traditions, but it was in the section that I won't really look at. Again, this is going to be a $6 or $7 profit book. It should sell with fulfilled by Amazon, around that $16 or $17 range. Again, this one has an e-score of around 100. So every couple of days, this book seems to be selling. Here's one, this Naked Mind. That's probably only like a $4, but hey, it came up. It was good enough profit. If I'm sending them in anyway, just go ahead and send it, right? And it's had a decent e-score. Here's another one. Here's a Wicca book. And then here was Everyone Can Write. It was in this section, right? And this again, it's like on fulfilled by Amazon, maybe $18 book, but the profit on these aren't huge, but these $5, $6, $8, $10 profits on there are adding up. And then the last one, there was this Adobe Illustrator book for, this isn't a dummies. I guess this is a learning made easy. This one had good scores, you know. So anyway, that's it. That's, you know, bigger profit on these really cool, awesome books that I found, you know, with my eye cherry picking. But then, you know, I went to the shelf that I would normally just skip, did a quick scan, pulled, you know, those 5 or 6 books out, and I think increased my profit potential by, you know, 20% at least, maybe 25%. So that's a good win for me. That's, for me, just an update, I guess, on this hybrid approach for me, right? It's like I've got the tool now, I'm enjoying it in its own way. I don't envision being just scan every single book. That I just don't see that working for me. I don't know, I could be converted in the future. I just don't see it though. But I use it, you know, to my benefit. And I guess that's the point, right? These are all, there's no need to take sides on if you're a scanner or not a scanner. If you don't like scanning, you think it's, you know, the worst thing ever, or you think it's the most awesome thing, and who would not scan every book? I mean, it's not a side. It's all about what's the tool in my toolbox to help me find product to sell. And you use every tool you've got, you use every advantage you've got. And that's, you do that in everything, right? Use your advantages, use your tools, and just think of it as a tool and toolbox. For me, it's a good hybrid approach, and that's what I found. So, you know, again, I like 11 books there. You know, I paid like $12 for them. And I think I've got profit potential of, you know, close to $300 on these. So pretty good return on investment. And hey, it's working out. So you know what I say? See cool, buy cool, and then list it and sell it. So I hope you guys are finding good stuff, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.